Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make friends, win friends, and make everyone love you. Oh, now, obviously, you can't please everyone, but 99% of the people that you're going to meet in your life are going to love you from this day on if you listen to me and take this advice. Well, first of all, there's a very famous book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. I read it a few years ago, but the thing I took away from it is when you meet somebody new, don't be an egotist and talk about yourself. Ask about them. What do they like? After a little bit of conversation, ask, "Oh, do you have any problems?" Uh, and then when you hear what they have to say, offer good advice, and be very sympathetic. Empathetic is the word. And so, what I took away from How to Win Friends and Influence People is be interested in them. Act as if they're the only people in the world and you're very interested in them and you like them. And that, for starters, is how to win friends, influence people, and make people love you. They are special and important. Your meeting and your relation with other people is not about you. There's a famous kind of joke story about this actor. The actor is what you don't want to be. He talks endlessly about his role in films and who he knows and who he had lunch with. And then he blurts out, "Oh, enough about me. Let's talk about you. What did you think of my latest picture?" Ha ha ha. Okay, that is exactly what you don't want to be. Now, the next thing is nobody loves a sad sack. If you're depressed, get yourself out of it. Whistle a happy tune. Take your medicine with honey. There's so many little songs, and walk on the bright side and emphasize the positive and eliminate the negative. But be cheerful, even if it's an act, even if you have to overcome your depression and act cheerful. People love an up person, a cheerful person, not a sad sack. So everybody will like you much better if you're positive and happy and make them happy. In a Shakespeare play, uh, one of the characters, I think it was Plutonius. Well, I don't want to get too intellectual here, but one of the characters said, "You are known by the company you keep." And that's very true. So if in your social circle there's a bunch of deadbeats who don't pay their debts, drug addicts, drunks, depressing people, detach from them because you are known by the company you keep. So make sure your friends are like you are going to try to be cheerful, up, prosperous, keep their word. That's very important. Dependable, huh? Okay. So remember, you are not the center of the universe. But when you're talking to somebody else, make them the center of the universe. They're the important people, not you. Okay, how about reading endless inspirational books? A lot of people do that and then they don't follow the advice, but use your common sense. If you want to read an inspirational book, like How to Win Friends and Influence People, which is my first, I really like that one. And if you have any other suggestions for our readers, put them down there in the comments. But another thing is don't expect 100% success. You won't please everyone. Once I had an ex-wife, and I thought I would come up with this remark. I said, "Hey, I'll give you everything I want. You want. I won't fight with you. Just tell me what you want, and it's yours, and I want to put a smile on your face. She said, I want everything you have or everything you'll ever make, and I want you dead. Well, moral of that story is you can't please everyone, but you can try. Next, don't show off. You may think that an expensive car or expensive clothes or wearing a Rolex impresses people. No, generally speaking, it doesn't. It just makes them jealous, maybe envious, and you don't want that. Even as to where you live, the Italians have a very interesting rule. I live a lot of the time in Italy, and people have a dump if they own a home. It's sometimes a dump on the outside. It looks terrible, but then you go in and it's a palace. So they won't get anyone envious, and they certainly won't have the tax man after them as often if they have a shabby appearance. When I go out walking with my honey, I say, it's just me, Mr. and Mrs. Dumpy. We don't want to be noticed as being rich. We don't want to attract thieves, insurance salesmen, and the like. Okay, be happy. Whistle a happy tune. Think happy thoughts. Very important thing coming up next. Pay attention. See the good in everything you do. So you have a bad meal, the meat is burned, but hey, when you're talking to your friends and at someone at the meal, see the good in it. Oh, this dessert was really good. And if it wasn't that good, say it's good anyway. In every movie you see, when you're talking about it, don't complain how bad it was. Hey, the scenery was good. The photography was good. Joe Schmuck's acting was good. See the good in everything. Be positive, never negative. Now, a lot of people that I know, especially, well, I won't say especially women, but a lot of people I know are angry. They're angry most of the time. And every remark sets them off. Oh, they get mad and they make a face. Don't be angry. Even if your first reaction is to be negative, smile and say, oh, you have a point there. And laugh a lot. Even if somebody tells a joke and you think it isn't funny, was that? That's a very good joke. Yeah, sure. Don't take yourself too seriously. What I mean is, many people think, oh, I'm so important. But no, you're not that important to the other person. They're the important ones. Now, how to avoid depression? Look at the bright side of everything. You get a life sentence in jail. Well, that isn't so bad. I get free medical, nice people to play cards with, and free rent. Hey, you can look at the bright side of anything. Oh, finally, in Asia, saving face is very important. And I think you can apply the rule anywhere. Don't push people around and don't say negative things about them, especially in front of everyone else. And if you have a wife or a girlfriend, you don't embarrass them by making passes at other women or bringing other girlfriends around them. Be aware of what hurts other people's feelings and don't hurt their feelings. Now, that is about all for today. I hope that everyone will love you from now on, and if you follow this advice, they will.